When I watch him play, he slightly reminds me of Gyökeres. There's not necessarily like a very clean player there. It's sometimes a little bit rushed, sometimes a little bit bundled, but this guy has an incredible desire to score goals, and he's done so effectively this year. He'd be a huge addition for Arsenal.
Hello, Arsenal fans. My people, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are watching and listening to me from around the world. I greet you as usual. Yes, it has finally happened. Victor Gyökeres is set to become a bona fide Arsenal player. And within the next couple of days, surely it will happen this week. I'm sure he'll be ready for our preseason tour. Yes, the deal has finally been concluded. All the parties are now in agreement that he should become an Arsenal player and leave Sporting CP and Federico Varandas. Yes, the deal we're told is what, about 55 million euros plus 55.5 million euros plus 8 million in add-on, giving it around 63.5. About 7 million away from what Federico was looking for. But at the end of the day, all that ends well is what doing well. My God, many people are celebrating it, but me, I'm looking at it from the point of view of the victory of a human spirit over adversity. Victor Gyökeres really fought for this. He showed everybody, the whole world, the whole footballing world, where his heart lies and where he wants to go. And that is simple and put, Arsenal Football Club. I doubt if this would have happened if he had not done what he did. Remember, Arsenal had their own priorities earlier. They were looking at Jesco, before this happened. And Gyökeres was very confident from day one that this deal will happen. And he made it happen. He made a lot of sacrifices. So that, to me, that is the absolute triumph of a human spirit over adversity. I know he's going to be the best in the Premiership in the next couple of years to come. Yes, we keep hearing of Benjamin Isaac, and all of them. But at the end of the day, we shall see who is who. I am very, very confident he's going to do well, because you could see how determined he is. His mind is fully made up on establishing himself as Arsenal's top marksman. And we welcome him to the Emirates. We welcome him to Sober Reality training ground. Welcome home, Victor Gyökeres. It hasn't been easy, but God has made it happen. We shall be looking at later, maybe in the next episodes to come, at how we think he's going to perform and what we think he's coming to Arsenal will bring to Arsenal Football Club. But before we did that, let's look at this drama that unfolded. The way this man behaved and everything. This was a player that served you diligently, did everything very, 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 very well. When they spoke to him, he listened. In January, he was supposed to move, but he stayed back. Entered into an agreement with them like, look guys, I can help you win the league and get into Europe and all whatnot. But over the summer, I would like to leave. And I wouldn't want you to make the release clause impossible for other clubs to come looking for me. And they agreed and shook hands like gentlemen, only for Federico Varandas to renege on the original agreement. Who does that? When this man was done this, he forgot that he had other players that plays for him at Sporting that are watching and seeing. And from what we heard, this is not the first time. This is his way, his modus operandi, basically. It's a terrible way to do business, and it can only bring him downfall. Because no meaningful player or agent will contact somebody like this for anything, knowing that at the end of the day, he's not a man of his words. You know, it's somebody that goes back on whatever promises they've made, or agreements they've made because of money. Anyway, what is done is done. We now have our player, and you cannot believe it, guys. This is our 5th signing of the season. I say it again, 5th signing of the season. First, we concluded the business of Martin Zubimendi that started how many years ago? Peaked in January of this year, and finally he's there, you know, on the training ground. You know, and we celebrated him. We celebrated the arrival of Zubimendi. Then from nowhere we heard of the signing of keeper Arrizabalaga for 5 million, guys. 5 million. This is a world-class, very experienced goalkeeper. That was once the most expensive goalkeeper in the world. Arsenal managed to bring him in for 5 million, the release clause he had with Chelsea Football Club. That's crazy. And like I said in my last video, it goes to show how huge Arsenal's appeal has become. Arsenal's pulling power has become. Because he knew he was coming to Arsenal to serve as an understudy or assistant to David Raya. But he said, it's all good, I'm coming to compete. It's powerful. It's very, very powerful, people. You know. Then thereafter we went on for Christian Nogard. That's another one, very surprising one that nobody saw coming. Nobody saw it coming. You know, the way Andrea Beta and Mikel Arteta does things is fantastic. And Beta talks to, negotiates with multiple sources and multiple players, you know, creating choices for himself, creating, you know, it's beautiful, man. It's powerful. Nogard came in, very surprised and everything as well, very overwhelmed. We heard before his former coach had moved to Tottenham, wanted to see if he could come with. He said, no, I'm fine at Brentford. I'd rather be here. Until Arsenal came calling. And everything changed. Nogard came in. Then Noni Madueke. That generated a whole lot of hullabaloo, a whole lot of noise making and everything, protest from people who misjudged the boy, because I was one of those who condemned because he was coming from Chelsea. I didn't look at the boy himself. I was looking at the club he was coming from. But when it became too much, I realized, no, this is wrong. This is not correct. You know. Now we have the main guy. Victor. Victor Gyökeres is here. And we're still expecting more. We're still expecting at least 2 more. We heard the deal for Gyökeres is still on. And whatever happens with Rodrigo, we see. Guys, it's been very exciting. It's been very, very exciting summer. Let's talk a little bit about what we think Gyökeres is going to bring to the team. Me, I'm looking at it from the perspective of a massive lift, like big time lift. You know, look at it from the point of view of, see it as a man carrying a huge load on his shoulders, massive load on his shoulders, and from nowhere, help came to help him pick up the load, lift it off his shoulders. That is the way I see it. Because this striker issue has remained, it was our Achilles heel. It was our anything. The mountain we ought to climb, we're supposed to climb. You know. Finally it's done. It's been a dark shadow, like a dark shadow. And last season, The absence was very pronounced, very, very, very pronounced. We could see what was lacking. Even the coach, Arteta, that believed that he could bring a midfielder and turn a midfielder into a super striker, also started crying out. I am so glad that finally it's done. And not only have we got a striker, we've got one of the best presently, if not the best presently. One of the most dangerous strikers around. Guys, it's not the only good news. Let's talk about Christian Mosquera. The news today, the news breaking is that there's been a massive shift towards the conclusion of a deal as well to bring him in. Remember, Valencia was like, no, we don't want to sell. Even they made him a new proposal, gave him massive incentives. He said if he's not Arsenal, then there's no club. I am signing this. I ain't going nowhere. I want to play for Arsenal FC. Luckily, he has only 1 year left in his current contract, so Valencia had no option, despite their unwillingness to sell and willingness to keep him. So from what we are gathering, that deal is expected to be concluded this week. The breakthrough has been there for a long time. The player has said yes to Arsenal for a long time ago. Personal terms agreed and things like that. Then the most heartwarming of all of them, as far as I'm concerned, is the Nwaneri issue, Ethan Nwaneri issue. Finally, he said to sign a 5-year extension to his contract. Wow. When I heard that Chelsea was sniffing around asking about his situation, I was fuming. I was like, what is Arteta doing? Chido Obi Martins left under similar situation. He wanted to play, and Arsenal couldn't guarantee him that. Can you imagine? Now he went to the wilderness of Manchester United, where he is now. Nobody knows what's going on. Manchester United, as far as I know, I'm concerned, is a club in turmoil. They have so many issues to really resolve before even talking about stability and progress to come. So it's a thing what being happy about, being grateful for. It's a beautiful Monday. It's a beautiful way to start the week with powerful, positive news all over. So let's hope that next season will be our best under Mikel Arteta so far. We've come so close on so many occasions. We've become second 3 times. We can't afford to be second again the 4th time or even go lower. That is why I'm very, very happy at the signings. 5 proper players, guys. 5 proper players, and none of them is on loan. They are all on established contracts. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. What do you think? My prediction for Victor Gyökeres in the new upcoming season is Golden Boot. Golden Boot, highest goal scorer. Ask me the number of goals, I wouldn't know, but I'm looking at least 25-30 goals. In all competitions, yes. Then at least 12 to 15 assists to start with. And we see where he goes from there. But I believe that he will definitely compete. Remember, Isak is his teammate at the national team of, I think, Sweden. Yeah, Sweden, I think Sweden. So they know each other very well. They've been playing together for a while. So it's not going to be like, he's not entering into the competition unaware of the nature of the challenge he's facing. You know, obviously Manchester City and Haaland is there. But I am seeing Manchester. I strongly believe that Pep has really, this is only natural, man. He's paid his dues. He's made name. He remains one of the best, if not the best. But everything reaches its optimal. You know, it reaches its peak. And once that happens, what happens? What follows? Diminishing return sets in. I see Manchester City still competing. But as I'm talking to you now, with Gyökeres on board, I believe Arsenal is one of the toughest to beat this season. Then if Eberechi and Rodri comes in, then we will surely become unbeatable. So if you asked me now who's gonna win the league, I'll still say it's between the three. Then ask me to give percentages. I will give Arsenal the highest percentage out of 100 of the three. Not because I am an Arsenal player, an Arsenal fan, but because you could see that the balance of the team is getting completely sorted positively. That's what I mean. You can see the back remains the toughest in the league, no doubt, even in Europe. Midfield has completely changed. It's younger and stronger. It's younger, stronger, and more mobile at this point in time. So, and that makes it more efficient than it was the last couple of seasons. Then, the striking department. Oh my God, what else do we need to do or say? If Havertz, that used to be our go-to guy, will struggle to find a space, it means that we have really fully grown up. And we expect nothing but the best. We expect championships. Mikel Arteta has no other place to hide, no excuses to give. The Cronkies have delivered on their promises, and it's now the turn of Arsenal Football Club to come to the table to prove that they are not just there to play second fiddle. They are there to be champions. Champions of a Premiership and champions of Europe. I don't know what you think, my brothers and sisters, friends and family around the world. Let's know what you think. If this is your first time hearing from me or watching my video, please, I'm begging of you, subscribe. Subscribe. You've got nothing, absolutely nothing to lose. Help us to keep pushing. The way we are talking and you know, discussing issues about football is exciting. Comment as well. Send us your comment. Please don't just watch our video for 1 minute and turn it off. Listen to what we're saying. Give your own commentary and we discuss it from there. Possibly maybe 1 or 2 or 3 other people that are there that will learn from what we're saying. But until we meet again, may God of the football, may God of Arsenal Football Club be with you all. Guys, remember, we will walk through the stone for Arsenal Football Club. God bless you guys.